Hello, 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 hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Now Stock Trades. What's going on, B-Rob? How's everybody doing? All right. So, holy crap, today's been a very busy day and very annoying. You know what I mean? Like literally 2 years of work, 2 years of work gone, So, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? How you doing, Clove to retirement? Just, it's crazy, 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 crazy. All right. So, I was able to recover some of the files. For folks that don't know, we've been having discussions on our lifetime access, but I had what I wanted to do is I wanted to release this product now, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek. I'm building it now. We're pretty much there now, but let me give you a couple things. So in this video, we're going to go ahead, talk about the earnings for Clover Health for next week, what I expect. We're going to talk about Vivek's posts, and we're going to show you this new institutional point system that we went ahead and created using some proprietary methods into calculating whether something's bullish or not with a specific calculation metric. But first things first, I want to show you this. So this is a stage 1 scanner, and this is part of the Al Stock Trades terminal. And for folks that don't know what this is, if you go to stage analysis by Weinstein, you remember I told you how like stocks undergo different phases? They undergo these phases here. Well, I mean, that's kind of hard to see. You can see it. How you doing, Kenneth? What's going on? How you doing, Kenneth? Yes. So you see these stages here, and you know how like when stocks go below their 30-week MA or 200 AMA, they pretty much are in a downtrend, right? So an example of this is Clover Health, right? It went below the red line here, and it's been below. It tried to break out, but it failed, and it went below, broke out a little and failed, right? And then all of a sudden, it just basically soared up, right? It soared out, right? Another example, so you can basically, give you an example of how this looks like. This is Palantir. You can see for Palantir, it went below it. Let me just go here. It went below its 200-day, and then all of a sudden one day it just exploded, right? So, and then it went ahead and continued flying high. And these are all institutional buys over the 50 MA. Now, the question here is, when can we automatically scan and look for stocks that are above their 200-day that just basically popped up? And how do we take these stocks that have just recently popped up, and how do we analyze them in a ranking system? And then after we have a list of these top stocks, how can we essentially be able to take them and put them through our intrinsic value calculation? Now you'll see institutional score analysis and figure out if, the big boys are buying. So what we're creating now, and it's kind of funny because someone tried to essentially try to push us back, but luckily, I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve. But this stage 1 scanner pretty much figures out when we're about to go from stage 1 to stage 2. And it goes ahead and ranks the ticker symbols in an appropriate fashion based off of these metrics. And it ranks them, and Clover is right now ranking as 13, right? It's 13. Top 13 stock, right? And that's pretty impressive, right? And now that you guys see this, you're starting, and again, my apologies for the late night video. It's just, been trying to go ahead and, figure this one out. But you can ultimately see, obviously, it's above all metrics here, and the year-to-date return is 353%. Just woke up and you just start. Let's go, right? That's so funny, right? So, I hope now you're starting to realize that, hey, you know what? maybe All Stock Trades is not just a course. It is a software platform, the most advanced stock terminal for retail investors, right? And man, now you're starting to realize that we're not just a course, right? So isn't this sexy? Just look at that. It looks like the freaking, look at that. Look how beautiful that is, right? So, right, we're having a little trouble, right? So then here's this guy here, right? So it's really cool. Um, Obviously, a couple things I need to work on here, uh, but we're definitely not a course, and unfortunately, this data is really expensive, so we will be increasing prices to $5,000. We're going to be pushing up the lifetime access packages soon. Ideally, I wanted to push it in the summer, but we might have to reconsider that. But yeah, so this is what I'm about to show you is something pretty badass, right? So let's push here and let's go ahead and take a look at Clover, right? So we go ahead, open up Clover, we open up the Clover chart, right? And we go ahead and open up first of all, let me see if my audio is working good. All right, so we do support and resistance, and we could see that we're trading anywhere between 452 to 455, and now we're waiting to pop open that 455. We put a Fibonacci, the next level is 457. We go ahead and do the hour, and we're just basically wanting to break out of this 52-week high, if you ask me, right? So this is the 472 is going to be the level to look at, but we'll go back to this because this is pretty. We'll go back to this right now. What I want to show you is this button. So this is called institutional ownership, and it graphs everything in regards to Clover Health. And obviously, for the first time ever, total invested now broke a trend line analysis, right? You can see it here, right? This looks at the big boys of how much hedge fund money, big boy money is in Clover, right? And this data is pretty expensive to get, right? Especially for lifetime access. Now, it's something I did not show you that's new is the scoring system here, right? You click the scoring system here, and it automatically calculates an institutional ownership score in a very beautiful Apple-like fashion, very beautiful, organized manner. And it shows you a bullish metrics of 5 and a bearish metrics of 4 with overall bullish tendencies, right? And the only thing that, you want to go ahead and analyze kind of what's bullish and what's bearish. So this is investor holdings is bearish. So let's figure out why. So in terms of the number of holding, well, it looks like we are on our way up. So this will soon turn bullish. Number of 13F shares. This is slowly getting a crossing point. That the level between the red and the blue, the area under curve is starting to change to be small. So it's going to cross. So that'll soon be bullish. Ownership percent. That's right here, and that's about to essentially cross. So you're starting to see me. If you were to have looked at this a year, 6 months ago, like last year, you would get a bearish score, right? And this gives you a scoring system regarding what hedge funds are doing, right? Overall bullish score for Clover. Now, if you're curious, let's look at Humana and let's see what Humana is doing. So this is the Humana stock chart, right? And here's the hour, right? Here's the day. You can go ahead daily, and you can go ahead and do an advanced technical analysis to see what's going on. And so far, there's an uptrend on the minute and an uptrend on the daily, soon to change with a bullish of 2 and a bearish of 3. But interestingly, if you go to institutional ownership and do the scoring system, ladies and gentlemen, we have a total bullish metric of 1 and a total bearish metric of 8 with an overall bearish score, right? That's pretty crazy, right? So that tells you, 8 bearish points to 1. So you can see how powerful this is. Now, let me show you something that Wall Street likes: Alignment Healthcare. they actually like this one a lot, because you could see how much they've always been above the red line, and they're now investing billions of dollars. I mean, they went from literally 600 million to around 1 point, almost $2 billion of money invested. In terms of ownership percent, they own about 92% of that company, right? So clearly, if you look at the score from an institutional ownership score percentage, they have a bullish score metric of 9 and a bearish metric of 0, overall bullish. So it's very clear that institutions love the stock, right? So you're starting to see kind of how powerful this stock terminal is becoming. We're not a course, we're not just the course was only to help you how to essentially utilize this data. We are basically bringing you a Bloomberg terminal to your home, okay? And you go institutional ownership and you click on the scoring systems here for Oscar. You get a 7 bullish to 2, right? And what's the ownership percent? Let's see how much they own. Oscar, they own 81%. So the question now we have to ask ourselves is kind of, what's another darling for retail investors? Well, Palantir is a darling that for retail investors. But interestingly, something happened with Palantir. You saw it basically dip. You saw a huge price basically break down. In fact, you see this price going, down, right? This price going down. So why? Well, we can go ahead and kind of figure out this, but very quickly, the number of closed positions now has increased to a level none has seen. This has not been seen before. It's above the red line. Look at the number of reduced positions. Institutions are actually pulling out, it seems like, right? And then let's look at the put call. Not too bad. So let's look at the score. So we got a bullish score of 7 and a 2 bear. So it seems as institutions are still bullish, right? But we have to monitor the situation here, right? Because it looks like more SEC filings went in, right? But this is incredible because, I remember I wanted to do one more thing. I want to look at ownership percent. So, this stock is owned a lot by retail investors, but the question is how many of retail investors sold before the stock went up to its, trading 2 to 3 years ahead of its free cash flow. Now, about 50% is owned by institutions. Let's talk about another stock that's owned by, the retail darlings, Let's look at Tesla. Tesla's owned by, a lot of retail. So, let's go into the scoring system. We got a 5 to 4. We're starting to get a decrease in number of 13Fs, which is interesting, but total invested is going up, meaning that people are still bullish. The ownership percent went down, so they are selling. Interestingly, 32%, around 45 to 32%. So right now, Clover's around 19%. So given this, based off of these, you got Palantir is owned by 50%. Institutions. Tesla's owned around, 45, 50%. So based off of this, and right now Clover's around 20%, let's say. So I would say about 20 to 30% of retail investors are probably going to sell, right? They're going to sell for Clover Health. It's going to happen, right? They're going to sell. They're going to sell at $8. They're going to sell at 15 or whatever, 18. And they're going to be happy, right? And what's going to end up happening is the stock is going to continue to climb higher and higher and higher. And then the institutions are going to be able to reap those benefits, right? You'll see this play out, right? I've seen this many times, right? Yeah. So, okay. So let's go ahead and look at SoFi, right? SoFi is a good one, right? We go to SoFi, we go to institutional ownership, and you can see how beautiful this, SoFi's owned, especially Q1 2023 is when they crossed Ownership percent, you see another retail darling, they own about 45%. That means the other, so it's usually if it's a retail darling and they're smart, the retail investors, they'll own about, institutions around 45, 50%. Now, the scoring system for SoFi is 7 bullish, the 2 bearish, overall bullish. So, you're starting to see this platform, how it's very, how it's integrated in a way that you have this data, and it's powerful data, right? And ultimately, you're soon going to have stage 1 scanner stocks in the future, right? You'll have let's say a bunch of stocks to go through, right? And then you go through these stocks, right? And ultimately, you go through the intrinsic value, you do sentimental analysis, and you see, oh wow, this is undervalued. Okay, let me look at them. Let me look at institutions. Are they buying? Wow, institutions have started to buy. They like the stock. And then you're starting to realize how much of an edge you have over someone who just has a Robinhood app, and that's it, right? And on top of that, you have a community of a net worth of more than $44 million to talk to essentially share the due diligence using this powerful software that we've created. And ultimately, you'll start to essentially make money in the market, right? And this is in addition to the already crazy money we're making in the options analysis. Like this week, we're able to pull, about 8.18%, in less than a month. Can you believe that? And now that Clover is about to report earnings, was it February 27th, right? Next week. Now I'm going to be able to do another, cash secured put for a week and be able to most likely make 10% off of that, right? And to be and to be a champion. Like, just imagine what I'm about to do right now. I'm about to do another cash secured put to expire in a week, and I'm about to basically, I'm about to see, I'm about to make a killing. You understand what I'm saying? Because now that they released earnings next week, now everyone's going to start gambling, and I'm okay. I'm going to be selling the insurance, or I'm going to be selling that cash secured put. I don't buy puts or calls, right? And now we're about to make some serious money. And then I release this information in our analysis, in our stock terminal, right? So you're starting to see that we're just like burring cash out, right? We're just literally, it's almost like we're printing money, okay? Right? And I hope now you're starting to see the overall vision of what we're creating here, right? Right. Again, so this is, again, like when I tell you, this is a mastering stock market course, I'm sorry, it's misleading. It's not a course, right? This is a lifestyle. This is data, which is why it's worth more than 2,000. It's to be honest, I'm going to be honest with you. This thing is worth more than $50,000, right? This is supposed to be worth, I'm supposed to charge you guys about $500 to $1,000 a month to get this type of data, right? But the problem is then people won't be able to afford it. It's just not right, right? So we're democratizing it, right? And you're starting to see the value and the worth of the platform, right? So ultimately, this is kind of where we're at, and the proof is in the pudding, right? In a month, we're up 7%. 6 months, we're up 46%. Year to date, 45.37%. 1 year, we're up 373%. All the way from the all-time lows here, we're up 633%, which is a six-bagger already, right? And we're not even done yet, right? We're not even done yet. We're still below the SPAC price, right? So this is a very we're in a time point now where we are in a very powerful position. Okay, so what I'm working on is getting this to you guys, and I need to wait to I'm gonna wait for the market to open tomorrow to kind of run the analysis and the analyses to get this to you guys. But you're starting to see the power of this platform. You know, I'm very proud of what we've created, right? So, right. Top tier info, made the live. Albert Allen, you have the secret in your hand. Oh, I love that song, right? Retail heroes taking over the land. Let's go. Just remember, guys, money doesn't buy happiness. Keep your mind right, help others stay humble, and follow God's lead. Yeah, I agree with you, right? So there was a comment, and again, I'm not a preacher or anything, but I was in a meeting to build micro homes for the homeless in Tucson, and one of the people was like, they made a comment that I really liked, and he said, "Ah, man, I wish I wrote it down. I'm gonna butcher it, but I hope you get the point here." Okay, he said that for all my life, I've been using God as a tool set to build my kingdom, but I realize I've been doing it wrong. I need to be God's tool set to build his kingdom. I hope I said this one. I believe I said this one right. Replay that again and think about it for a sec. Okay. Right. So essentially, letting God be able to use you as his own tool to essentially build his kingdom. Think about that. Okay. Right? I'm preaching, right? I'm preaching now, right? I'll preach trades, right? There it is. APT, right? Al is my hero and makes me happy, plus my club money, right? Oh yeah, there it is. Cry in your Lambo versus crying in a Prius. Oh man, I love you guys. You guys are hilarious. Oh man, they both have AC, right? I think the Prius has more space though, right? For your tears. Phase 3 of Al Cult Trades. Let's go, baby. Right? ACT. Right? No. USA. No. Oh, guys. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, I want to bang my head on the wall for this one. I'm really pissed off. But we're gonna, just I really wanted to give this guys to you today, but it's fine. We'll go ahead and put our head down and work. It's hot in AZ. No, it's pretty cool right now. The weather is really beautiful. No, it feels wonderful in AZ, guys. AZ is good, right? Pastor, right? Oh, I know. Maybe I should be a pastor, but I mean, I am hanging out with a bunch of pastors actually. So it's funny. It's kind of funny, maybe. Yeah, that's really funny. The people that are building the micro homes, they are all pastors, right? So it's kind of funny. I am hanging out with a lot of pastors, so that's who I stole the line from, right? Pastor Al, right? Pastor Al Stock Trades, right? PSAT, right? All right, guys. Well, I love you a lot. I'm going to end it with this. Vivek posted this saying. He says, AI plus human emotional intelligence is greater than AI and human intelligence. So, just to, be clear. So let's go here. Let's go. This is the National Institute. Wait, what? What the hell? What is this? Woo-hoo! This has just changed. This used to be from the NIH. Now it says an unofficial website of the United States government. What the hell does that mean? It's unofficial federal government website. Whoa. Oh man, Trump just changed it. What the hell is he doing? The science? What the hell? It's supposed to be from the it says NIH.gov, and now it says unofficial. All right, whatever. Okay, whatever you say. That wasn't what I was trying to show you, but I just realized that. So, before Trump, this was part of the library for the NIH repository. These are all my research papers that I've written that are peer reviewed. I guess you can call me an expert. Let me double check something here. Okay, there it is. Where's the okay? So here's a paper. Let's just open it up. And here's a paper titled Emotional Intelligence and Neurosurgery, Mitigating Burnout and Enhancing Performance. And here's, here's my name. Here's this before here's my nonprofit that I created, right? Because I also created a nonprofit. And this was kind of, me talking about emotional intelligence, right? I was talking about emotional intelligence, and here's some diagrams and tables to essentially, it's a nice article, right? So I get this, right? So AI plus human, emotional intelligence is greater than AI plus, intellectual intelligence, right? Because having EQ gives you the ability to essentially understand the people around you. Because if you understanding books, that doesn't get you far, right? You got to learn how to apply books. So artificial intelligence now is essentially going to replace human intellectual intelligence, but emotional intelligence plus the artificial intelligence is going to be a lot more stronger, right? It's going to be a lot more stronger than the base value here, because just like what Andrew Toy was saying, how can we make doctors do this? And Andrew Toy said, let's not make doctors do anything. How about nothing? Right? I don't want to make a doctor do anything. And when you have this type of mentality, doctors will actually want to listen to you, right? Because you're not some pompous insurance, right, that just knows more than someone who's dedicated, their life to medicine, right? So I think we're on the right track. Shout out to Gun Show Trader, right? Yeah. I think let me like all this all these new posts. You got to support our CLOV people, even the spammers. You're not a spammer. What the hell is this? You're not a spammer. See, they be spamming my people, right? Okay, but anywho, yeah. So ultimately, that's the whole point here. Okay, so I think we're on the right track. I think we got people that understand how to use AI. We're in a area where, next week is going to be freaking insane. It's going to be freaking sexy next week. And I cannot wait to execute this cash secured put for next week, guys. I am going to be rolling. Let's roll, baby. I'll be going ahead and put this out in my options analysis part of what we offer for lifetime access members and beyond. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. And obviously, for educational purposes, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. Take everything as a grain of salt. Al will discuss this particular guidance. They didn't have it in Q4. Yeah, I can't wait. No, yeah. Can't wait to hear it. I would love to read. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll post them. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. You can also search them on the unofficial website now. PubMed. Albert Allen et al. Get it, right? Get it, right? Hell yeah. Preacher and researcher. Let's go, right? 0.21 AL. Let's do it. SCP. You can Google search JMRO. Journal of Medicine of Radiation and Oncology. This is one it. That's a good journal, right? But yeah, guys, so I'm very excited. Okay. I am very excited for the future. I'm going to push to roll this one out, but yeah, guys, this was supposed to be phase two. So yeah, but you can start to see the power of where we're going, right? Which is why we're increasing prices, because this is too expensive, right? I mean, come on, institutional. We have scores here. We got there. We got Clover. Let's do a Monte Carlo. We got that Monte Carlo system. So let's see now, looking at 25,000 simulations to where if you press this button, your computer will blow up. We have to not allow it to show on your computer because your computer can't handle the power of our stock trades, right? But yeah, no, you could see, bull case 462 on the minute, bull case 551 on the hour, bull case 883 in the daily, bull case 989 on the weekly, and the old time bull case is 741. It looks like a 747. Do you understand? Do you understand where we going? Oh, he's talking to you. Oh, my bad. That's still a good journal though, right? But do you understand where we're going, guys? We are going to the mountaintop. You understand where we're going? Okay. So that's it. I mean, that's it. I'm gonna go work out a little bit, and then I'm going to do some research and probably bang my head against the wall for a little bit for some coding. Goddamn, freaking coding. Gotta bang my head against the computer a little bit, do the code, and then yeah, guys, that's it. Just I'm just relaxing. I'm seeing the hedge funds come back in. One thing I did want to add here, let's look at Clover. You could see here in my treehouse construction, I'm building a treehouse here. You could see that it failed a little bit, but now there's a new trend line, which is right around there. We can add this now to it. We can add this and this. We can do this now like this. Right? So then we can add another one and draw this on February 27, which is right here. And we'll put this in red. And we will make it thick. So this is February. I'm going to delete this later. But this is earnings, right there, right where that earnings is. Right? Earnings is right here. So we have a couple more days. And the question is, what's going to happen? Are we going to go ahead and go up? Are we going to go, like what's going to happen, guys? Well, what are we going to do? Okay. So this is it right here, right? We're nearing the end game here. Okay. This is the end game. Okay. So we're going to see what happens here. And then hopefully we'll get some guidance. I don't think maybe Q1 or next quarter will be it, but that's it. Could this be the section of the MAC curl up? And then we can go ahead. We'll see. But shout out to all of you. God bless you all. And, I'm going to go chill a little bit. And that's it. That's it. I mean, it's pretty much simple now. It's just a waiting game, right? I'm very excited to show you these developments. You could see how motivated we are in giving retail investors the best software that exists that historically would cost $24,000 plus a year. And now you can see it from the results of our returns and the fact that a lot of people on our platform are now multimillionaires, right? So God bless you all, and let's just continue to make money, but most importantly, put God first. See ya.